Welcome back, everybody, to Kinkoi and Akane saying good morning, Senpai, for probably the 30th time?
Something like that. I'll have a counter at some point.
おはようございます、先輩。
Thank you, Akane.
なんじゃこりゃ。
Our intro.
Alright, you want me to redo it?
No.
Oh, hey, look, I get to yawn this time.
Wait, wrong game.
Morning, Akane-chan.
おはようございます。散らかってますね。
I don't know, it looks the same like it always does to me.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
The room was an absolute disaster, and there were piles of manga shoved into the corners. Could have fooled me.
I'm in the middle of cleaning, just started yesterday.
わかります。一日じゃ片付かないですよね。
No.
Yeah, I started reading manga after about an hour.
ああ、わかります。
We were cleaning, but ended up falling into the manga rabbit hole. Damn it. Having the manga you used to be obsessed with back in the day drudge its way up during cleaning was beyond enticing. Been there.
I actually get that with manga or with comic books.
Oh, yeah.
Because I occasionally have been cleaning and been like, oh, an old Dracula from back in the 70s. Or like, oh, Yosagi Yojimbo, which has never had a bad comic. It's, I believe, the most consistently good comic book in history. I love it.
Huh, okay. And since Mina-chan didn't show up over the winter break, my room actually fell into disrepair.
So that's why I absolutely want to get the cleaning out of the way today.
あーし、今日学校。
The academy remained open during the winter break until New Year's for students who attended clubs. Everyone was free to come and go as they pleased as long as they reported to the staff room.
いちいち制服着なきゃなのが面倒だけどね。
Yeah, that is kind of a pain. It's winter break, who cares?
That part's pretty important.
Okay, Ouro cares.
Working on your design project?
Yes.
What?
I get it because they're like, she's gonna respond in a different language.
Okay, that's pretty funny. I guess she wanted to hammer out more of her designs. I thought she'd polish one off before the end of term ceremony, but there was no need to end her enthusiasm, and it was clear something had piqued her interest.
一緒できなくてごめんに。
No worries, it's important to you.
あ、夕飯は一緒しよう。持ってくから。
Sure.
As for me, may as well resume cleaning. The way that is spelled out, it made me just think of Michael Jackson going,
I know.
はーい、お疲れさん。
I wanted to clean my own room.
まあまあ、このテラスの掃除も大事でしょ。
It's fine.
Oh.
Jeez. I got roped into cleaning the dorm instead of my room.
やっぱ男手があるとはかどるよね。
That sounds like the opposite of the beginning of the route, but sure.
お疲れ様でした、先輩。
Sure.
Ah, yeesh. Oh? It occurred to me Reina was running late. Maybe she was still working and lost track of time? Yep. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Scritch, 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 scritch.
ちょっとイメージと違う。
Well, sorry, I don't know how to read scritch.
でもこっちを崩すと、もう夕方か。めいてちょっと長くやりすぎたかな。ずっとメガネかけてたから耳と目の間がかゆゆかゆゆ。
Your brain?
ずっと座っててお尻も痛いし、帰りますか。夕飯何にしよっかな。
いたぞ、彼女だ。
What's happening now?
間違いないか。
I don't like this music.
誰かに見られてるような。門の外に誰かいる。誰だろう。よく見えないけど隠れてるよね、あの感じ。怖っ。本先生、施錠の時間待っていただいてありがとうございました。
Dash.
逃げた。ガチの変質者的な。おいおいよ、あかねちんたちに注意しとかないと。ただいま。おかえりなさい、レイナ先輩。さっき部員で回ってきましたけど、変な人がうろうろしてたって本当ですか？いやー、よくわかんないけど、ちらっとね。しばらく夜は一人で出歩かない方がいいかも。はい、残ってる子たちに伝えます。
Boy, it's a good thing that the royal folks aren't here right now. Otherwise, those guys would have died.
Oh man, I would have loved to see one of Kyoto-chan's like 88 functions.
I'm telling you, if we don't see all of them by the end of this game, I'm going to be disappointed.
I wonder, like, so it absolutely could, like, nuke someone, right?
Probably.
Because we know it has heat vision.
I mean, it's got heat vision that can both heat things up very quickly and also fire a laser attack. It can fly. It's got a bag of holding mode.
Yep.
Huh, we actually haven't seen that many functions, have we?
It can go invisible, right?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Stealth mode. It's like, what's his name? Jensen from Deus Ex.
Aww. I heard you saw someone suspicious?
事案発生ってほどじゃないけど、見た。
Well, I'd love to assume there aren't any? Many. I guess there's always at least one.
I mean, we're here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not at all. Just don't look in that box. Or the one under it.
Oh,
or the one next to it.
She's looked in all of the boxes. We know this.
I know. I'd love to assume there aren't many perverts around in the middle of winter.
年の瀬は変な人が増える的な話も聞くし、とりあえず寮のみんなには注意しといたよ。ホモかもしれないからオーロも一応注意して。万一の時お尻はワセリンがあるね。それで守って。
I think we only need to be worried if Saigo was one of them.
Wait, not only is that not going to protect me, it'll make it even easier for, I mean, you know.
I was about to say.
Either way, I'm still concerned. Maybe more now. Should I go take a look?
Bring a baseball bat.
すぐ逃げたから大丈夫だと思うよ。寮の中までは入ってこないだろうし。
Huh.
There was nothing I could really do then. If Mina-chan were here, it would automatically mean her black-suited guards would be ordered to patrol the dorm grounds. Talk about poor timing. That's what I said.
Reina, you're going to school again tomorrow, right?
うん。デザイン仕上げたいし。
I'll come pick you up on the way home then.
But that's exactly what they want.
悪いよ。
I wanna come. Let me.
はーい。
Ominous rustle. Rustle, rustle.
金色ラブリッチェ出なきゃダメなわけ？仕方ないでしょ。直々のご指名なのよ。そうなん？
ええ。年末年始はあなたの希望でテレビ番組の露出はやめたけれど、できればここだけは引き受けてほしいわね。
ソルティレージュ第9王女シルビア・ル・クルスクラウンさん直々のご指名によるクリスマスパーティー出演よ。悪くない仕事だわ。
So that still happens in this timeline.
Yeah, interesting. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. I guess that's going to be a constant through all of them.
That's interesting.
どうしても嫌と言うなら無理にとは言わないけど。
嫌っていうか、出ればいいじゃない。もうマリアとして一度顔を見られているんでしょ。クルスクラウンさん、それでもうピンときてるみたいよ。はあ、あいつは鈍すぎるけど、シルビーは鋭すぎる。
Sometimes. Well, we're always thick-headed, but she is sometimes sharp.
わかったよ。オーケーつっとけ。
Yeah, because I bet it happens on her route too.
やれやれ。しばらくは禁煙しなさいよ。新時代の歌姫がタバコ臭いなんて噂立てられないように。はいはい。
I don't know, she might get a sponsorship deal.
Today's the day we clean this place up.
I will believe that when I see it.
よーし、行くぞー。
3 hours later.
Ooh-ah.
そりゃ
Oh, okay, that actually was the right approach.
Yeah.
ーてりゃ
Ooh-ah.
ーうれ
Hey.
Why is Link breaking all of the pots in here?
びっくりした。
Quit shouting like that, especially when all you're doing is reading manga.
It's just like at the practice dinner thing where everybody's like, ah, look at Reina, she's eating so balanced, and she was just eating the meat.
It's good, like, distraction. It's like a magic trick.
Uh-huh.
だってめんどくちゃいんだもの。
No, that's what happened to Jogasaki.
Well, wouldn't call it pain.
Yeah, you're right.
Give me a break.
Break you off a piece of that Kit Kat bar? Anyway, that reminds me, we had a request to know what your thoughts were on that whole situation with Jogasaki in the closet and Reina.
Okay,
And, yeah.
so I have seen that from two different perspectives now. One was watching the episode like everybody else, which was my first, response to it.
Mm.
Which was very funny. Immediately thought of the South Park Trapped in the Closet.
Yep.
That was interesting. I also did I did research for science
Oh, okay.
and looked at the whole scene,
Okay.
all of it. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Oh, I understand for science. Gotcha.
Yeah, for science.
For 18 plus science.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely really interesting. It did not make me like Jogasaki, but it made me even more question why she's not a route in this game.
Okay.
Because it made me realize how much she is around in the dorm and everything else, interacting with Ria and doing everything else. Like, she's really actually important because she's part of the Ria circle, and then Ouro's enemy who has that experience with him now.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that she's not a route.
Yeah, I really don't know what the logic was. I don't know if they had the idea that they were going to make her a route in the fan disc, or from the beginning, like they had mapped it out before, or if it was kind of an afterthought of once they put everything together, they were just kind of like, you know what? We really should have made her a route and then put her in the fan disc. I don't know.
And I don't know if it was like, oh, well, she's already had her scene, so we don't need to. I don't know. Like,
that could be.
Definitely an interesting scene. It's so, again, weird that she doesn't end up being a route at all. That's really weird to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, really interesting. I do like that at least it somewhat changes the dynamic between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does make sense that it would.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And now she's more... Like, there is a pronounced difference with how she talks to Ouro now versus before. And I do like that, at least. So, it does make me wonder how on her route she's gonna change. Like, what will cause the difference on her route between her hating him and them ending up on a route together?
I think it's got to be she makes the connection that Ouro was the one that was that Ouro is Ichi, because she hasn't made that connection so far in this route. Because we did see
correct.
that
she
can
didn't make it in the other route either.
No.
She actually hasn't in either of them.
Well, we didn't even know that backstory until we got to this point. So it's got to be a situation where I really do wonder if that's actually just the one difference. If the whole thing that's the linchpin for her route is she's like, oh, wait a minute, Ichi is Ichimatsu. What? I like him now. I don't know. And
That would actually be really funny.
And then the route's him trying to figure that out too, because he doesn't remember anything.
No, he wouldn't remember anything.
No.
Because he didn't even remember Ria basically at all.
No, he remembered it's like, and other person.
Ambiguous third person.
Yep. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. We hadn't made any cleaning progress again today.
Have to reiterate, though, still don't really like Jogasaki. We'll see if that changes by the end of her route in the next game.
Challenge accepted. Oh well, I guess it was good enough for the time being, and we continued cleaning bit by bit. It was great just to have something to do over a leisurely winter break. Afternoon time, Reina headed back out again.
じゃあ夕方頃。
Yeah.
Sounded like she was getting right back to working on her clothing designs. Now that there were weirdos lurking around campus, we'd agreed it'd be best for me to pick her up later. Okay then, what should I do for now?
もちろん。
Oh no.
昨日の続きですよ、先輩。
No.
They've already seen you. It's too late to get into the cardboard box. Cut me some slack.
On that note, I wasn't able to get out of the dorm for a while. That evening, I went to meet Reina. I might be a little late, or so I thought. Reina was so focused that it hadn't even posed an issue. Whew. I could probably wait around for a little while.
Have we actually seen this one before?
I don't know. Not without other characters in the foreground, I don't think.
For some reason, it looks completely new, and that might just be it occurred in an older episode.
Could be.
And at this point, I don't remember, but man, it looks different.
It's because we're studying at night.
Aren't you a little too focused?
ごめんごめん。
She kept me waiting for 2 hours. And it was already past sunset. That was fine and all, but...
You know what this means, right? We can't get out.
Oh no!
鍵閉められちゃってるね。
The front gates were locked. Naturally, we weren't completely trapped or anything. We were on the inside, so we could just open it up and get out.
What were we supposed to do in these situations again? Go to the staff room?
うん。残ってる先生に言って鍵開けてもらうの。
Then, once we were out, they would need to lock it back up.
Nobody's in the staff room, though.
出かけてるみたいね。ちょっと時間潰そっか。
I know where this is going. Oh boy.
This is where I'd put an H scene. If I had one!
We could just leave without asking, but I'd rather avoid acting selfish when it wasn't an emergency. I mean, we'd need an excuse to break windows and stuff. We killed some time in a neighboring classroom.
ごめんね、オーロ。私が時間考えなかったせいで。
Don't worry about it. It's better that you weren't left alone and I came and got you.
だね。一人で夜の学校は怖かったかも。
For all her talk, she had a huge smile on her face.
でも、二人だとなんか、楽しいかも。夜の校舎。
At least until all of the lights shut off and the ghosts start roaming around. Then it's going to be horrifying. Or phasmophobia.
It would actually be funny if that happened, and it's like, oh, by the way, the genre just changed. I mean, it wouldn't be the first thing I've seen where the genre just changes like halfway through.
It's Doki Doki Literature Club, oh no.
Yeah, or like, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the second half of that movie is great.
It's the best movie if you haven't seen or ever heard of it. Like, show someone and then halfway through they're like, what the fuck?
It's a different director now.
A school that's only been around a few years has something like that?
新しい学園はこういうとこ弱いにゃ。
It's fun to tell ghost stories on warm summer nights, but that doesn't really mesh well with the cold.
だよね。
Oh, Reina, you're not cold?
No, she has her light jacket that she always wears. They shut off the heat forever ago, so the school had gotten pretty chilly.
ないけど、寒いって言ったら何してくれる？
Marvin Gaye starts playing in the background.
Well, let's have something warm to eat tonight. I got my hands on some good onions earlier, so we could have some Nikome udon together, or, something.
違うだろ。こうマフラー的な、コート的なものをふわっだろ。
I'm not wearing a muffler, and it'll be cold for me if I take my coat off. I may as well show off a little, though. Here, whip.
いいね、男かよ。
I took off my coat and draped it over Reina.
I'll be honest.
あったか。
No, that's Thwip, isn't it? I was like, did he just shoot web at her?
Well, that would probably keep her warm.
It's cold, but don't worry about me. Warm up.
最後までカッコつけろよ。
Well, he's acting cold instead.
I'm really cold.
Sub-zero even.
It just cuts to him and he's, what do you call it? Jack Torrance at the end of The Shining.
Either that or Arnold in the episode of Magic School Bus where they go to Pluto and he takes his helmet off. Toasty. Reina slipped my jacket around my shoulders and snuggled up against my chest.
Also, a little scary that he doesn't have a mouth. It's just that I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, that's actually one of the 7 wonders of Noble Private Academy. Disappearing protagonist mouth. Also, her jacket disappeared.
You're right, it did actually.
It's just like, what is happening?
これで二人ともあったかい。
Mmm.
Dang it, you beat me to it. I was laughing.
We were a little close, though. Reina was smiling sweetly right in front of me.
You're kind of warm. Hell, you're burning up.
最近のカイロは優秀でね。10時間も持つのよ。
She had several heat packs stored away in the folds of her clothes. Well then. Squeeze.
おお。
You're right. So warm.
Heat packs were far superior to a coat.
たっぷり温まって。
Yeah.
We pulled one another into a tight embrace. And then our lips met simultaneously. Reina smiled happily.
ねえねえ、あら。今日で恋人始めて3日？
Pretty much.
私ら結構うまくやれてるよね。ね。
Yeah.
We made for harmonious friends and lovers. I did believe we were striking a great balance.
最初心配してたけど大丈夫だったみたい。
What did I tell you?
I had been a little worried myself. All the same, I knew we'd be fine. Since both Reina and I were great at maintaining a balance, although me at a much, much lower threshold.
じゃあもうちょっと進めてみよっか、恋人。
We already had a threesome. Does that not qualify as the next step? What's the next step?
Huh?
Oh no, we whited out again. Do. We headed back to the dorm.
From the Poké Center.
Come to think of it.
Wasn't this roughly the spot where you spotted that weirdo?
あ、そうだね。この辺。
Now I remembered why I'd gone to pick her up today. It wasn't for school sex. It was for this. There had been some weirdo loitering around, so I came to act as her bodyguard.
No sign of him now.
だね。今日は寒いからお休みかな。
いたぞ。ああ。
Dash.
帰ろっか。
So that's actually more concerning.
Yeah, it really is.
Now there are 2 of them.
I think there were 2 of them before, but it wasn't very clear.
Sure.
Even if someone were here, the trees were so dense around the academy that you'd never tell at a glance. As long as I protected Reina, that was plenty, Better hurry back. Rush, 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 rush. Dash, dash, dash.
市松殿、妃殿。
Where did you come from?
Hmm?
エルチン、久しぶり。
お久しぶりです。
It was Ellison, and we hadn't seen her since winter break started, as she had her hands full with accompanying a very busy Sylvie.
Something up?
寮の周りに不審者の情報ありと聞いて来てみたのです。
Huh? Mina-chan's not even here, though.
それでも、神なる様が年明けには戻る場所におかしな情報があれば調べざるを得ません。
Wow.
情報源が妃殿というのも気になりますしね。
ああ、気使わせちった？
いえ、それで不審者というのは。
この辺をうろうろしてたの。顔は見えなかったけど、男。
Oh,
か
now there
な
are
りでかい
3
の、
of them.
3人。
なら目立ちますね。わかりました。探っておきます。お二人は寮へ。後のことはお任せください。
Thanks, Elazan.
これで安心だね。
Sounded like we could leave everything to the professional. Ah, this was a huge load off our minds.
さて、ではあたりを。これは何です？
Hmm?
Ellison promptly noticed something on the ground and picked it up.
暗くてよく見えないが、ブヨブヨしている。
Spongy.
ゴムかな？これって。
She must have realized what it was and accidentally clenched her hand. Plop. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Fun. The knot came loose and fluid sprayed all over as a result.
顔にかかった。
Reina.
うん。
Reina looked through her pocket. Our little souvenir was apparently missing, and she shook her head side to side. Why didn't they just throw it away?
この液って、ベトベトして変な匂い。
オーロ。
Don't say a word.
It's hair gel.
私とあやかっちに続いて感謝3人目だね。
Shut up, Reina.
おのれ不審者！
Yeah!
Yes, it was the shady person.
Absolutely the shady person. How dare you? She wouldn't run a DNA test or anything, right? She would. Either way, Dino DNA. It would give us some peace of mind about any suspicious characters showing up now.
金色ラブリッチェ。ねえねえ、レイナ先輩。なんだい？プライベートなこと聞くようですけど、ここはもう直球で。レイナ先輩、市松先輩とお付き合いしてるんですか？
You know, I just assumed people knew.
I thought so too, but I guess maybe since they've only been dating for 3 days, they didn't make it like Linue official or whatever. I don't even, assuming that that's like Facebook, I don't know.
気になります。いやー、まあ、隠すことでもないけど、最近そうかなって感じではある。
そうなんだ。 意外。そうだよね。変だよね。じゃあ、私行くから。
やっぱり、そうなんだ。
Is that a happy fue or a sad fue?
まあ、予想通りではあったけど。はい。意外でしたね。だよね。
Wait, hold up.
お似合いの二人だと思いますけど。
Not surprising, but unexpected?
I was gonna be like, isn't the definition of surprising when something that's unexpected happens?
Yeah.
いや、そこはそうなんだけど。最近ってのが意外ですよね。もうずっと前から付き合ってると思ってた。
Okay, that makes more sense.
Alright, that actually does, yeah.
Yeah, that clarifies it.
私も、とっくの昔にくっついてると思ってたよ。
そういう意味の意外なんだ。
Okay, apparently she
Man,
was...
I didn't get it either.
どうしたやかね。浮かない顔して。
そういうわけでは。ただ、先輩たちがって思うと、そっか。
Sounds like a manga title.
It actually really does.
青春だね。みんなに言われるとまだ照れるの。何？まだ寝てたの？
Nah, I just nodded off.
Good call.
I curled up back in bed since it's crazy cold today and then, conked out.
寒いよね、今日。
Not only was the sun not out, it was also awfully breezy. The exact weather that was a huge pain to go outside in.
Gonna kick back and relax today?
うん。
She popped the TV on.
あら、映画たくさん持ってたよね。
Yeah, I've worked up a collection.
My DVR was set to record all the movies that had aired on Fridays and Saturdays, so there were quite a few movies piled up.
見ようぜ。今日はあったかい部屋でぬくぬく映画祭り。
Sounds perfect.
I never ended up watching any of it on my own for whatever reason. May as well use this opportunity to watch through some.
You know what they say, B movie's not the same by yourself.
True story. As such, I idled the day away with Reina. Hey, we got our face back.
Yeah, actually he has a mouth now.
And eyes for the first time in a while.
これ、結局風の谷どうなったの？
It got saved, so isn't that enough?
でもあのでかいダンゴムシ、何匹かレーザーで吹っ飛んでたよね。あれの死体が残ってるんじゃない？しかも、途中あの森が腐るやつが谷の近くまで来てて、そっち完全放置だよね。あれもやばくない？
Yeah, it might ruin everything eventually.
原作漫画ってどうなるんだっけ？
I forgot. That one's kind of an exception after all.
ほー。あ、ジュース取って。
We both critiqued the movie while we lounged around.
映画見るときって、やっぱポップコーン欲しいけど、コンビニとかで売ってるのはなんか違うんだよな。辛い茶でいいや。ボリボリ。
Hey, if you're gonna eat, don't make a mess. You're getting crumbs on my pants.
気にすんなよ。ボリボリ。そうだ。復刻版坊ちゃんハバネロがあったんだ。ついでに食べよう。 こそこそ。こそこそ。
覗き見るのは良くないですよ。
Yeah, if you're going to do it, commit to it. Get in the closet.
絶対最近じゃないよね、あの二人。1年は一緒にいたカップルの距離感ですよね。時折熟年夫婦みたいな落ち着きも。でも付き合いたて特有のイチャつき方もしてる。よくわからない二人です。だね。とりあえず私ら、はい、羨ましい。
I think that's the loudest we've ever heard third-year girl A speak.
Actually, yes.
That's really funny. Movies were a great way to pass the time. Even as the afternoon came and went, it remained just as frigid looking outside. Reina seemed to be quite comfortable as she snuggled up to me. I enjoyed days like this. A day spent in tranquility. The rest of the day stayed as peaceful. I couldn't ask for anything more.
And that piece is ruined.
Thanks.
電話？
I forgot to turn it off.
I checked who it was from. Chieka.
誰？
I need to take this. Moshi Moshi?
I answered the call.
What, you're gonna be in the neighborhood? No, nah. Okay, no, you just listen.
こんにちは。
Oh, you meant like now, okay?
You know she called from, like, the foyer outside.
Hi, I'm in the lobby.
Yep.
Really?
I'm gonna be in the neighborhood. Really? When? Right now!
Right now, slams the door open. What's cracking,
Yeah.
bitches?
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Oh, and you're here too.
Oh.
Okay.
Really wish you wouldn't just show up out of the blue like this.
What was supposed to be a restful day ended with a sudden and unexpected visitor. +1.
島くんとちえかちゃん。どうもす。お話はちまちま聞いてます。
It was all bad.
はじめまして。いつもオーロくんがお世話になっています。
お久しぶりです。
Reina, yeah, hadn't met Chieka before.
This is Chieka. I mentioned her to you before.
聞いてる。
And Chieka, this is Reina. My girlfriend.
おお、
彼女さんできたのオーロくんに。
Ow.
Hey, it wasn't that difficult. So, like, yeah, it took a long time to get through the common route. But then once we were done, we just had to click one of 3 different people and it was on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and then more will appear once we're finished.
Yeah, and then we got like another one unlocked, and then after we're done with that, we've got like the real one.
And the fan disc.
Oh, yeah, there's like a whole nother game.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a rude way of putting it.
it really is.
どうもどうも、よろしくお願いします。ちえかです。いつもオーロくんがお世話になっております。
Yeah, you already said that.
いえいえ。
It seemed Reina didn't want to come on too strong, but Chieka was determined to close the distance between them. The highly considerate Reina and amiable Chieka. Yeah, no doubt they'd be reasonably compatible. No issues on that front.
So, what did you want?
いや、また来るって言ったじゃん。
By the way, have you been creeping around outside the campus at night?
You did, but give me a heads up next time and don't call when you were already outside the door.
シエカちゃんがどうしてもって言うから。
Of course you did.
こういうのは抜き打ちじゃないと意味ないもん。ダメだよ、オーロくん。今年もう1週間ちょいしかないのに、この部屋まだ大掃除してないでしょ。
We're working on it. This was the first time we'd seen each other in months, and Chieka was already scolding me. She'd always been a handful. For now, I got tea for 4 ready.
へえ、二人は付き合ってるんだ。
まあ、そんな感じで。
なら2対2でちょうどいいね。エロトークする？
Well, you're going to be disappointed.
そんな俺たちはまだそんな
あれ、オーロこれって。
Okay, guys, so we got you beat by a lot. So anyway, let's call in Drogasaki.
Uh-huh. And also Ella-san while we're at it, because, you know.
I mean, that doesn't count, but yes, kind of.
Still hilarious. It's further than Toryo's gotten.
They're an old-fashioned couple that only just outgrew exchanging love notes, so I wouldn't even bother to try to exchange stories.
My dearest Chieka, the weather lately is frightful. I do so long to see your face. Yours, Toryo.
Tomorrow, I go off to fight at Chancellorsville.
チェ
I wasn't in the mood to swap stories with them anyway. I mean, why would you want to hear a story about your sister?
じゃあ何の話しよっか。
It's not that kind of game.
Though it is not.
あ、これどうぞ。食べかけだけどハバネロ。
ありがとうございます。
いただきます。
Crunch, crunch.
すっごく辛い。
こういうのって最初の一口食べたいけど、一袋はきついよね。
みんなで集まって食べるくらいがベストですよね。
ねえ。
Luckily, it looked like the girls would be fast friends. Okay, I guess Toryo doesn't have any kind of spice tolerance.
And then he died.
Weak.
Still can't deal with spicy stuff, huh?
大丈夫。水くれ。
Alright, I'm not even sure what that line was supposed to be.
I don't know. Pain. The two of us were managing to hold a conversation of our own, too. If by managing to hold a conversation you mean trying to decipher his numb tongue, then yes. Just when everyone seemed to be warming up to each other, Jokasaki came in and ruined everything. I was wrong.
By the way, about what we talked about last time.
ああ。
We hadn't finished our last conversation from a while back.
What was all that about quitting the baseball club? What was that nonsense about? Were you lying?
あ、嘘っていうか、最初からそんな話はないよ。
Well, he does have us in a technicality.
He is technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
That's so.
I knew as much, but double-checked anyway.
むしろ最近、ようやくスランプ抜け出せたんだ。2週間前のお前と話して、まあ、いろいろ考えて。本当はお前に戻ってほしかったけど、まあ無理っぽいから、それが分かって逆にスッキリしたんだな。したら、また調子上がってきた。
Really?
Even if I couldn't do anything for him personally, all that mattered was that he pulled himself out of his slump.
じゃあ、オーロくん、お部屋掃除しなきゃダメだよ。
Okay, Mom.
Fine, fine.
We talked for another 2 hours or so, then called it quits.
お正月は戻ってね。連絡してね。ちゃんと会おうね。初詣一緒に行く？あ、レイナさんどうしますか？そうだ、ルッコとマシラ先輩覚えてる？あの二人もオーロくんに会いたがってて。
Would you go home already?
はーい。
またねー。
レイナさん、オーロくんのことよろしくお願いします。
The ladies were awfully chummy.
じゃあ、
Yeah. Good luck out there.
俺、来年はきっと浜南を全国へ、いや、全国優勝させるから。
Yeah.
As long as they had Toryo on their side, who could pitch at 160 kilometers per hour and hit 6 homers per game, then their victory was all but certain. Okay. That's
So
impressive.
he's like actually amazing.
Yeah. This may have all been in my past, but
Good luck. I'm rooting for you. If you get that far, well, I'll come and cheer for you if I have time.
Toryo's smile was cheerful as could be.
じゃあね、二人とも。お邪魔しました。
See ya.
I saw the two of them off. Whew.
普通におしゃべりできてたね。
Guess so.
Compared to before, I didn't feel as anxious when I talked with Toryo.
Oh, thanks to you.
何もしてないよ。
I felt more confident with you by my side. Want to pick our movie marathon back up?
うん。
オーロくん、元気にしてるみたいでよかった。
うん。
っていうか、本当に女子寮に住んでるんだね。それはそれで心配なんだけど。
It's co-ed, technically.
彼女さんはいるみたいだからいいんじゃないかな。時々ソルティレージュのお姫様が来るみたいだけど、そういやあっちの関係また聞けなかった。
それでいいの？棟梁くん、あのことを言わないで。棟梁くんが決めたことなら私は何も言わないけど、オーロくんなら。
いいよ、もういいんだ。これ以上オーロに迷惑かけたくない。
そう。
Okay.
金色ラブリッチェ。
He is quitting, I
Yeah,
guess.
it sure seems like he is. I wonder why he would just come out and be like, hey, I'm gonna take us to the championship next year, all that, when he's planning to quit after all. I don't understand.
I think it's like he said, he doesn't want to involve Ouro in it.
Yeah.
And so he's just not telling him.
You're probably right. I guess at this point, I guess that's the easiest way to handle things, maybe? I don't know.
Or he thinks it is, yeah.
Yeah. It does seem to be a bit of an issue, though, because it makes me wonder. I guarantee the rest of the baseball club is not taking this well. Which is probably, I suspect, those guys that are lurking around outside of the school or baseball club members.
3 guys from the baseball club.
Yep. But I don't know what their objective is. What, are they gonna harass Reina to get Ouro to come back to the baseball club? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a good question. Like I don't really understand the end game of that one.
No.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, things seem to be going nicely for Ouro and Reina, so that's pretty cool. It seems like, and it's actually official with other people now. More progress.
Yeah, that's actually something, because I didn't know that other people didn't know.
I didn't either. I thought they were pretty overt with it, but I guess they've been keeping it kind of on the down low. But I also didn't realize, for some reason, that it had only been 3 days. For some reason, I thought it had been longer by now.
Yeah, I felt like it had been like 2 weeks, something like that.
I know. Weird. At any rate, we hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.